What's the intel, ladies and gentlemen? It's Ender, and welcome to a video I have wanted to do for a very long time. It is how to build the Doom Slayer from Doom. I may or may not be a tad bit obsessed with Doom in preparation for Doom Eternal, but I really wanted to do this video because this is an awesome build. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So, the books you will need for this build are the Player's Handbook, as well as Xanathar's Guide to Everything. Here is how to build Doomguy. So, for the purposes of this build, Doomguy is a Storm Herald Barbarian multiclass into Kensei Monk. In terms of levels, he's Storm Herald 10, Kensei 10. This is going to be an even mix of the two classes. For the race, choose a half-orc for their strength and constitution bonuses, as well as their savage attacker feature, which essentially lets you re-roll an extra damage die on a critical. It's essentially the brutal critical feature, but at level 1. The half-orc also has some other features I'll get into later on. For his background, choose Soldier. His alignment is chaotic neutral. For the personality traits, write down the following. I can stare down a hellhound without flinching. I enjoy being strong and breaking things, mostly skulls. I face problems head on. A simple direct solution is the best path to success. His ideal is that when people follow orders blindly, they embrace a kind of tyranny. For his bonds, use a bond that revolves around getting revenge on the race/creatures that betrayed the character. More explanation in the backstory linked in the description. For the flaw, write down, my hatred of my enemies is blind and unreasoning. Like I said, I'll have his full backstory in the description. His starting stats, including racial abilities, are as follows. Strength is 17, Dexterity is 15, Constitution is 16, and Intelligence, Wisdom, and Charisma are all 8. For his proficiencies, take Athletics, Nature, Intimidation, and Perception, the sources of which are shown. For his starting equipment, take a great sword, 2 hand axes, an explorer's pack, and 4 javelins. So, how does this make Doomguy? For starters, he's got a high speed. Adding up all of his movement bonuses, he's got 60 feet of normal movement and 120 feet if he dashes. Considering Doom is about moving fast, that's one requirement off the list. Next up, bare knuckle brawling. Doomguy will do 1d8 plus his strength at monk level 10. Considering the amount he goes for glory kills in the new game, this is gonna come in handy a lot. He's got a very high critical damage, his highest being 6d6 at Barbarian 10. He has resistance to fire damage from his Storm Herald Desert option. Considering the amount of demons he fights, this makes a lot of sense. He also has resistance to non-magical physical damage from his Barbarian Rage, which is very good for survivability. He has the ability to keep going even when he should be dead, which is given by his half-orc racial feature. Rather than dropping to 0 hit points, he can drop to 1 instead every long rest. He also has a lot of health, 15 at first level, 5 plus his constitution every monk level, and 7 plus his constitution every barbarian level. He also has a very high armor class. At level 20, it's possible to have 20 armor class with a shield. That is non-magical. Now, if you guys aren't a big fan of the equal division between Barbarian and Monk, I have devised an alternative build for Doomguy. Here it is, Storm Herald Barbarian 15, Monk 5. Now this is roughly the same as the actual Doomguy build that I have, at least the main build. However, there are some changes. Number 1, you only get 1d6 plus your strength for the unarmed strike damage, so that's not much better than your hand axe. You have a maximum of 7d6 for your great sword critical, which is about the most damage you're going to do. You have Relentless Rage, which gives you a save DC to not drop to 0 hit points. You get Raging Storm, which allows you to deal damage to enemies within your aura, assuming you're going with the desert option. You also get Persistent Rage, which allows you to keep your rage going until you choose to willingly end it or get knocked unconscious. And the final change is that you get fewer Kensei and Monk features, so you won't be able to add your martial arts die to your Kensei weapon rolls. and you won't be able to run up walls, and you won't have as much movement as well from the monk. So that is the alternate build. If you guys aren't a fan of the main build, you really can use whichever one you want. Now, before I end off this video, I just want to leave you guys with some notes. Hand axes are indeed considered monk weapons, so they do benefit from monk strikes and your Kensei abilities. A greatsword is mathematically better than a great axe. However, I will explain that in greater detail in a video that is coming up very soon. If you have the opportunity to go for a glory kill, do it. Always, just go for it. Just do it. You are Doomguy. You can make as many bloody glory kills as you want. Hell, Doomguy is the literal definition of a badass. The Wikipedia page just has a picture of Doomguy on it. Like, come on. For your Kensei weapons, take a hand axe the first time around. They're going to be your most common glory kill weapon. And finally, this is a great DPS tank build for the upcoming Undermountain campaign. You have dark vision, you've got a lot of damage output, and you can take a lot of damage. So, I think this is going to be a great build for that campaign. The only problem is you might have some difficulty with fire resistances, so just be wary of that when you're choosing your Storm Herald, Storm Aura thing. So, but yeah, with that is how to build the Doomslayer and Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I did, and please let me know how this character build goes for you. I'd love to hear your stories in the comment section below. And hey, if you have another character idea from literally anywhere that you want me to research and do, comment it down below, and we'll see if I can get a video done on that, because I really want to see what you guys can come up with in terms of ideas for character builds. But with that, I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Stay frosty!